Okay, so in this video we're going to have a look at some positive unit circle questions. Just this time we'll be dealing with radians. So exact same set of steps as if we had degrees, just a little bit more work in terms of converting to double check our quadrant. Okay, so if we look here at part 1, we've been asked to find sine of pi over 3. For converting to check our quadrant, anywhere we see a pi, we replace it with 180. Into your calculator, 180 divided by 3 gives us 60 degrees. So we know from 60 degrees it's going to be in our first quadrant. Then our reference angle in the first quadrant is the one we're given. Our next step is to verify if it's positive or negative. In the first quadrant, all ratios are positive, so we'll have a positive answer. And step 4 now, we go to our log tables. So our reference angle is pi over 3. We're dealing with sine, so that gives me an answer of root 3 over 2. So sine of pi over 3 is equal to root 3 over 2. And that's part 1 done. Now in part 2 we've been asked to find cos of 2 pi over 3. This angle's a little bit more awkward, so it's no harm converting. Into your calculator, 2 by 180 divided by 3 is going to give us 120 degrees. Check your diagram. 120 lies between 90 and 180, so we're in our second quadrant. My reference angle will be pi minus the original. Put it into your calculator, you're going to get 1 over 3 pi. That's your reference angle. Our third step is to figure out if the answer will be positive or negative. Only sine is positive in the second quadrant. We're dealing with cos, so we will have a negative answer. Your next step, we go to our log tables. Find your reference angle. We're dealing with pi over 3 and cos, so my answer is a half. So for our reference angle, cos of 1 over 3 pi is equal to a half. Now we return to our original. Cos of 2 pi over 3, and remember it'll be negative, will be equal to minus a half. And that's part 2. In part 3 we've been asked to find tan of 5 pi over 4. Again, an awkward fraction, so no harm converting just to double check. 5 times 180 divided by 4 into your calculator will give you 225 degrees. Check your diagram, that's going to land in the third quadrant. For our reference angle, it's the angle we're given, so 5 pi over 4 minus pi. Into your calculator you'll get an answer of 1 over 4 pi. That's your reference angle. Check if we're positive or negative. In our third quadrant, only tan is positive. We have tan. It'll be a positive answer. Our next step now, as usual, we go to our log tables. The reference angle is pi over 4. We're dealing with tan, so my answer is 1. So tan of a quarter pi is equal to 1. Return to your original angle. Tan of 5 pi over 4, we know it'll be positive, so my answer is 1. Now our last part, we have been asked to find sine of 11 pi over 6. Again, awkward angle, no harm converting, just to double check. So 11 by 180 divided by 6 is going to give you 330 degrees. So we know that's in our fourth quadrant. For your reference angle, it'll be 2 pi minus your original. So into your calculator, 2 pi minus 11 over 6 pi will give you pi over 6 as your reference angle, or the calculator might call it 1 over 6 pi, same angle. Check now if we're positive or negative. Fourth quadrant, only cos is positive. We're dealing with sine, so we'll have a negative answer. And then our last step, we go to our calculators. reference angle is pi over 6. We are dealing with sine. Have a look there. So sine of pi over 6 is equal to a half. So return to your original angle. Sine of 11 pi over 6. We know it'll be negative. It's going to be equal to minus a half. And that's us done.